What's up, party people? Michael here doing a video for you talking about cryptocurrency. I know you've been wondering and you've been asking, what is the state of crypto? Where is it going? What's happening? What's it going to mean in the future? Which is a really good question because you should know that we are likely going to be heading into a recession anytime soon. A recession or a market correction, both words used for, a drop in financial assets in financial markets. So you should know a couple of things before we, really dive into. I got some cool images and charts and numbers and stuff to show you. But before we do that, you should know a few things. Number one, markets move up and down over time. The value of something goes up and down over time. If you're a client of mine, you've probably seen something called the Andex Chart, ANDEX. And it is the growth of money over time over about 70 years. You can Google it yourself. Okay, it's a cool Canadian map that shows $100 invested over time, grows up over time. It's proven, it's shown, it's historical, but over time it goes like this, kind of down, up, down, 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 up, with an overall uptrend. Okay, it's been that way for the last 70 years. But in every 20 years or 10 or 15 years, there are corrections, little dips, or sometimes big dips, like the one that happened in the 1930s or 2007, 2008. So what happens when that happens? Number one, things go down and then they go back up. Okay, it's like the dark and the light. It's like you can't have the bright, beautiful days of sunshine without the darkness. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing is when there are corrections and recessions, this is very important, savvy investors and smart investors who don't like to lose money, they put their money in other places, typically recession-proof places, okay? Also known as safe havens, all right? Things that have true value that hold up over time, even if there's a dip, okay? What has that been historically? Gold. You got it. Gold. Good guess. So gold has been the thing that, gold and precious metals has been the thing that savvy, smart investors, institutional investors will put their money in times of recession. Okay, so 2008, 2009, the price of gold skyrocketed. Let's see if we can pull it up here. There we go, and I'll show it to you. Share my screen here. This is a great website that I use. Okay, so this is goldprice.org. Okay, so the gold price, look at this. 2007, 2008, 2009. Look at this huge uptrend. And then after, because there was a long recession, look, it peaked in 2012. Some of you guys remember in 2012, this peak of the gold price was right here. Okay, looks like 1750. All right, this is in US dollars, so it's even more in Canadian dollars. So when there are times of recession, precious metals, and specifically gold and silver, have been the safe havens that institutional investors, savvy investors, put their money. Now, it is my interpretation and the interpretation of many people that Bitcoin will soon become better than gold. Okay, you just Google Bitcoin gold, you just Google Bitcoin is the new gold, and you'll see that that is obviously the case. Okay, now why is that? Actually, if you look at the price of Bitcoin right now, it's more valuable than gold. Key information. Bitcoin right now is more valuable than gold. Okay, the price of Bitcoin right now, let's see, right now, up to date. By the way, how cool is it that you can friggin' first page of Google get the price of Bitcoin? Okay, here in Canada, about 10,000. All right, so one Bitcoin is $10,000 Canadian, whereas 1 ounce of gold in Canadian. Oh, actually, yeah, this is Canadian. Oh, okay, this is Canadian. $1,934, and it's up a buck. It's up a buck, $1 from yesterday. Okay, so now look at that, it's changing right now. So 1 Bitcoin is already worth more than gold. Now, why would Bitcoin be the new safe haven when there's a recession like I anticipate, myself and many others anticipate? It's very simple. Bitcoin is easier to transport and move than gold. okay? Gold, you need physical locations. You need a physical storage facility, okay? An ounce of gold, an ounce is like that, but a bar of gold is like this. This is so heavy. Oh my goodness, gold is so heavy. So you get them in these bars or coins. It's heavy, it's difficult to transfer. So if you're a smart investor, a savvy institutional investor with millions and billions of dollars in markets, and you want to safe haven your money, you're going to invest it in gold. But gold is heavy to transfer, okay? Also, there can be high fees. You have to pay brokerages. You have to pay advisors and institutions, okay? And it's hard to transfer. High fees, and you need a place to store it. It's not enough just to transfer it. You need a place to store it. Bitcoin is the opposite of all these things. It has no weight. It's purely digital. Number two, the fees are low. And number three, you can store it super easily on a USB stick, on a wallet, cold wallets and hard wallets, okay, that only you have access to. And it's encrypted. That's another bonus. It's encrypted, okay? And you can transfer it in minutes. To transfer $30 million of your, cash or investment fund, and to transfer it into gold will take days and days. And then you have to transfer the gold physically in days to take armored trucks to move it. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, you can do this in minutes, okay? In 30 minutes, you can transfer $30 million of Bitcoin, and you can do this, and people are doing this, right? You can Google people buying houses with Bitcoin and stuff like that, all right? And the fees are super low. So that's in and of itself, right? Nobody's using, this is new technology. We got to keep in mind the fundamentals here. This is new technology. It's not going anywhere. It's getting better and better. And nobody's using old dial-up internet anymore. Why? Because broadband internet, cable internet replaced it. Nobody's using these big clunky antenna cell phones. Now we're using smartphones. When new technology comes into play, it goes en masse everywhere and it replaces the old technology. So this is not just Bitcoin, this is crypto as a whole. Now, next point, all right? I hope you've enjoyed this so far. This is very important information. Next point, I'm gonna share my screen here. A month ago, I swear it was a month and a half ago, okay? There were about 3,500 cryptocurrencies in total. This website, coinmarketcap.com, is one of the best websites that measures all of crypto on the planet. I swear a month and a half ago, there were 3,500 cryptocurrencies. Now there are 4,900 cryptocurrencies. When I did my course a couple of years ago, teaching people about Bitcoin and crypto, I was one of the first to do that a couple of years ago. There was about 1,500. Now we're at 4,900. What does this mean? The rate of growth of cryptocurrencies and the rate of implementation and innovation is big, y'all, if you can still see me on the screen here. My little face in the corner. It's big. It's going up like this, okay? So the innovation continues. Booyah, all right? Next is market cap, okay? Next reason why I think this is important and why I believe crypto for the long run is safe and for the long run is a solid investment is because, look, the market cap is $200 billion, okay? You might think, whoa, this is huge. Keep this in mind for this next point. Market cap, $200 billion. That's with a B. Okay, you might think, whoa, this is massive. This is a lot of money. See my head shaking? See my head shaking? It's not a lot of money. $200 billion. The market cap, if you don't know what market cap is, I'll cover that in a minute. The market cap of, this is Wikipedia. I'm getting excited. This is the market cap, meaning the total dollar volume, okay, the total dollar value, of the New York Stock Exchange is $22 trillion. No, sorry, this is 20. It says it's in billions. It says it's in billions. Oh boy. Okay. This is confusing now. Is China, Shanghai, is this 4 trillion because it's in billions? So 4,000 billion meaning 4 trillion? Or is it 4? Or is it just 4 billion? I don't know, that's weird. Okay, let's check this out. I know that the Forex market is bigger than the stock market. So look, how big is the Forex? How big is the Forex market and how much is it worth? Forgive me, y'all. We're on point now. How big is the Forex market foreign exchange meaning, and how much is it worth? $5.1 trillion. Okay, now I know that the Forex market is bigger than the stock market. Yeah, here we go. There we go. Look at this. Okay, average trading volume. This is from 2018. The Forex market, the foreign exchange market, is way bigger than the New York Stock Exchange, Tokyo and London Stock Exchange, also Chinese stock exchanges, the European, the London-based stock exchange. Look at this, London Stock Exchange. All these, even of course the TSX, the TSX, the Canadian Stock Exchange, all these pale in comparison to the Forex market, to the foreign exchange market. Okay, if you don't know what that is, Google it. The Forex market is 5 trillion. The NYSE is 22 billion. Okay, so now we know. Here, look at this. 22. Okay, so this is just billion. Perfect. Everything comes full circle. So the New York Stock Exchange is $22 billion. The Forex market, which is global, which is massive, $5 trillion. And the cryptocurrency entire market, $200 billion. So it's now bigger than the New York Stock Exchange, okay? But it's nowhere near as big as Forex. So what this means, ladies and gentlemen, is that there is still a long, long, long way to go. People have their money in these different markets, okay? So this is where people are keeping their money and putting it. So this is another reason why it's solid, because this is growing, this number is growing, okay, from where it was before. Let's see if we can find out some good stuff here. Total market cap, yeah. So in overall, obviously the total market cap has been growing, and it's only really been growing in the last like 2 years, ladies and gentlemen. So the opportunity is still huge. The opportunity is still just beginning. People think Bitcoin was invented 2 years ago. That's absolutely ridiculous. That's not true at all. It was invented in 2009, okay? We just celebrated 10 years anniversary with Bitcoin. It's still the beginning. It's still the beginning. Last point I'm going to make, okay? And this really blew my mind, and I understood this a few months ago. So this is super important. Oh my God, you guys know how serious I am and how sold and how passionate I am and pro-crypto I am. Listen to this, okay? When I found this out, this blew my mind. Something called the stock-to-flow ratio. Let's focus on this for a minute, and then we're done. This is an accounting term, okay? If you're an accountant, you already know this stuff. The stock-to-flow ratio for a commodity is defined as its years of inventory relative to annual supply. Okay, let's keep it simple like that. I want you to watch these videos. Bang, look at this. I want you to watch this video, okay? Let's assume this really simple, less than 2-minute video. You gotta watch this, okay? Fantastic. Yeah, go watch that video to understand quickly what the stock-to-flow ratio is, okay? Basically, this means that it's how much is being harvested or made or mined relative to its overall supply, okay? So the stock-to-flow ratio of Bitcoin is way out of whack. Look, this is the stock-to-flow ratio of gold and silver versus other commodities, meaning, listen to this, they only have 60 years of stock worth of gold relative to how much annually is being used. Silver is even less. That's why some people know that silver is the most underestimated, undervalued investment on the planet right now, because silver only has 20 years worth of supply and more is being used in cell phones and cars. Gold, we have 60, 65 years worth. So meaning the price of gold is part of the reason why the price is high, is because the quantity is low compared to what we need and use. Look at copper and corn and wheat. This stuff, we have ample supply. It's ridiculous how much supply we have, which is why the price of copper, corn, and wheat is so low compared to gold and silver, okay? Now, Bitcoin also exhibits a very high stock-to-flow ratio due to its low issuance relative to its current supply, meaning that look here, look at this. One of the reasons why Bitcoin is often referred to as digital gold. Bang, I told you guys, it's digital gold because of its high stock-to-flow ratio. Meaning that there's a low quantity being issued, and it will decrease the quantity will decrease over time, meaning that the stock to flow ratio will increase over time. You might need to watch this video again, just rewind this part to understand what I'm saying. Bitcoin stock to flow ratio will increase with time. Stock to flow meaning how much stock they have to how much is out there in flow. Okay, it will soon surpass gold, and the rewards for mining, it's called the block reward, the rewards for mining are reduced by half at the end of every halving cycle, resulting in diminishing future issuance, which is what I just said, resulting in less being issued. Okay, some of you took my Bitcoin course, some of you were there, some of you watched, some of you took the online program that I have called Everything You Need to Know About Bitcoin. And you know that less is being made as time goes on, and there will only ever be 21 million in existence. And we just issued, the 18 millionth Bitcoin just got issued, okay? Coming up in May, guys, if you want a solid investment, you know, coming up in May is when the next halving cycle, meaning the next increase in mining for difficulty, will be issued. If none of what I'm saying is making sense, you need to take the Bitcoin course that I did, okay? After the upcoming halving event, which is estimated to be in May, 84% of all Bitcoin will have been mined. So check this out. Guys, this is really important. The stock to flow comparison chart. Right now, after the 2020 halving in May, the stock to flow ratio is going to increase. So it's going to go up. The limit on the supply versus the need that's being used, okay? Stock to flow. That's it. Other good news, look, Samsung is rolling out blockchain features. HTC is doing something with Bitcoin and blockchain as well. You know, Fortnite is one of the biggest video games being played globally right now. Guess what? Fans can wager their crypto on Fortnite streams on Twitch. If you know Twitch, it's a big streaming service for video games, which is being more and more used as the days go on. Amazon bought Twitch recently. Okay, so stop sharing my screen, throw my video back to me here. I hope you enjoyed this video. You might need to watch it twice. You might need to rewind a little bit. That's perfectly fine. I used a lot of lingo and language that is not used in the everyday world, but it helps explain and understand why and where the crypto world is going and how your investment is, I believe, solid and safe and secure. And although nobody knows what's going to happen, you know, the banks are working on their cryptos right now. Good news is coming out all the time about crypto. It is an incredible game-changing technology. Many people say it will be bigger than the internet itself. Okay, I've just given you some solid reasons and explanations on where things are going and why things are the way they are. The price is impacted by many factors. There's emotions, there's bulls and bears, people trying to pull it down price and people are trying to push the price up. There's pump and dumps, there's technology, there's institutional money, there's learning curve, and there's the banks. And then there's just human consciousness. If you understand that, you understand why it ain't going anywhere, because we want it because it's good for the people. So do some research, check out the video I recommended watching right now, the stock to flow ratio explained in 1 minute. It's brilliant. It blew my mind, and I had to watch it several times to get it going and really cement the learnings. So much love to you. Thank you for being a client and friend and investor in our fund. This is Michael Santonato signing off. Until next time. Merry Christmas and happy holidays and Happy New Year.